Hi guys, I hope that you can all hear me, especially those sitting in the back. And I have a surprise for you. If you are sitting in the back, here is a nice lady with microphone. Just please stand and show you. Yeah, and I will be asking questions. And if you are sitting in front, then those questions will be not asked for you. And if you are sitting in the back, this nice lady will pick a a volunteer to answer a question. So beware, and better go closer. And, just starting my presentation, I heard that the best presentation have an animal in slides, and it's a particular animal called a cat. And because I don't own a cat, and I own a dog, I decided to put a dog, so I hope this presentation will be awesome. And yeah, what else? And basically, I love skiing, and because it's a sport, usually people cheer each other during the competition just to feel the strength of the crowd. So, because it's my first talk in English, I would like to have a cheer from you, so maybe some applause or, just cheering and laughing. I can't hear you, guys. Oh, excellent. So, moving on, today we'll talk about requirements and art of saying no. And I have a few basic exercises to begin with. And your task will be just read what is in the slide. So the first task is really, really easy. I can't hear you. I can't hear you louder. It's easy, come on. Excellent. And now it's the hard task. I can't hear you. You are masters, you don't need me, so I'm going, bye. Now, of course, it was a joke. And yeah, we basically will talk a bit about psychology and why actually saying no and disagreeing is quite hard for us. We'll, speak about how to hear the needs. And, we'll be talking about visualization, so translating from the business language to the IT language, which we are all familiar with. And also, we'll talk about arguing and how to give arguments. And in the end, I'll share a few tips and tricks if you have enough time, of course. Okay, so basically, why should you care? Why should you, see this presentation and pay attention? I give you a minute to read. So basically, SAP is my favorite example of a software. It's quite expensive one. And in the beginning of development of this tool, in the early 90s, there was a company called Foxmeyer Drugs. They basically bought SAP, and if they only bought it, not implement it, they probably will, survive and were keeping on. And they were quite stubborn, and they bought it. They tried to implement it and fit it to their process, and it didn't suit. SAP is an enterprise resource planning system, and in those days were like more manufacturing planning system than enterprise, and it simply was for manufacturing companies, not for a pharmacy company. And because they were struggling with this, they went bankrupt. It's quite a nice case study for this, because it also shows that if we have responsibility among all people in the company, and and we are cooperating, then we are moving forward all together. And basically, this talk is not about teaching business people how to do their business, because, they are experts. You are supposed to see the YouTube movie, so now it's supposed to, have a laugh or cheer, so, yeah. And sometimes it's hard to know which feature is actually needed or which is not needed, and this quite nicely reflects this situation. And returning to my SAP example, If we have a system which is basically for accountants, and the beginning of the SAP, it was a system for accountants, and you decided, for example, to rewrite this system because it's quite old, maybe it's not flexible enough or something, and you have in a company a visionary who says to you, okay, we don't have ready product yet, we have a bit started here, and another bit here, and it's not working yet, but he's keeping with new ideas for new features, and one of the new brilliant feature is, what about implementing Google Hangouts in our SAP system? Brilliant idea, you know, accountants have to talk to each other, so we can allow them to talk. And maybe it's a brilliant idea, but if we have, you know, bits of software started and not finished, and our basic process is not working, and we are, you know, talking about new fancy features, it usually won't work. So it's the time to say, okay, it's a brilliant idea, but first we should finish something, deliver it, ship it to the customer, and then making new features. So it's the basic example. So why you should know? Basically to support business decisions, so to show that there are some constraints from our technical perspective that don't allow us to deliver is, for example, as quickly as the business expects, or from our perspective, it's a waste. So waste of time, waste of money, and it's not our money, it's a business money, and they usually don't understand this because we will see during my presentation one day why they, like a business, don't understand it. So I want to also express that we all here are responsible for creating a software, and I really strongly believe that you are really well-talented people here, and you want to create a masterpiece, not just a piece of software, but something which is really excellent and users like to use it. So returning to this SAP example, just imagine if you have a system and your users hate it, and comparing it to this, for example, to the SAP, and how do you feel it? You're